Hi everyone, you're listening to the Bridgeway podcast. The purpose of these podcasts is to give us the opportunity to share information and thoughts with you and to inspire all of you who work at Bridgeway. As ever, we'd love to hear from you, so if you've got any feedback, please get in touch.
So welcome to this Bridgeway podcast, which is a very special podcast because we're joined today by some students from NUAST. And this is to recognise International Women's Day, which is on the 8th of March. And we wanted to shine a bit of a spotlight on women in the rail industry and also to encourage the next generation to join the industry. So latest figures show that women make up only 16.3% of the rail workforce. And that's why we've asked students from NUAST today, which is the Nottingham University of Science and Technology, to join us. And I'm going to be handing the reins over to them shortly. But just before I do, I just wanted to introduce Daria and Florence, who are from Bridgeway. So Daria, do you want to just do a quick introduction?
Hi, my name is Daria. I'm working in Bridgeway past 8 years. I started my career as a graduate surveyor, and now I'm a project manager in geomatics department.
Thank you. Florence?
So I've been working for Bridgeway around 15 months. I work in the possession management side. Before this, I did my A-levels in 2024.
Brilliant. Now I'm going to hand over to our students from NUAST. If you want to, you can start by saying your names, or you can just dive into the questions. It's completely up to you.
Yeah, should we introduce ourselves? Yeah. Okay. I'm Olivia.
I'm Gabrielle.
And I'm Kathleen. I'm Noel.
Thank you.
So our first question is, were there any times that you doubted yourself, and perhaps early in your career, what was your biggest challenge?
Daria, do you want to answer that first?
Yes, sure. Honestly, I never thought that I could not become an engineer. I'm a very stubborn person, and if someone tells me something can be done, it usually motivates me to do more. And because I moved to UK just after my graduation, and I started working as a surveyor here in UK, for me the language barrier was the tough one at the beginning. I think it's very different when you study here in the same environment and then later work in. And when I joined Bridgeway, I didn't know anything about a railway industry, not even a basic terminology. So it was very tough at the beginning. And on the top of that, getting used to day shifts and night shifts was another challenge for me.
I've heard that quite a lot in terms of the shift patterns and things like that. I think people do find that a little bit of a challenge. Florence, you're quite early on, aren't you, in your career? So it's a little bit different in terms of you answering that question. But do you want to just explain how you got into your role at Bridgeway?
So I heard about it through my cousin who works for Bridgeway. He works in a different department to me. But I saw how he was getting on, and I liked the idea of that. That's why I was interested. But I guess there's still like some difficulties. I guess you still doubt yourself, even once you've been working here for quite a while. And the main thing I find difficult is like working alone and doing nights as well.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, so our next question is, what would be your best piece of advice that you'd give to someone looking to start a career in the rail or in engineering?
I would say my biggest advice is don't give up, never. Engineering can be challenging, yes, but if you work hard and trust your own abilities and stay confident, you will get there, I promise you. And I would say use your brain and ask the questions and keep learning. That's the most important.
Thank you.
Florence, do you want to add anything to that?
I guess just don't doubt yourself, really. Just get on with it. I think you'll get used to it as you continue.
the role that you're doing, Florence, is giving you a lot of, it's a bit of an introduction to rail, isn't it? So you can see a lot of things that are going, that are happening, and see other teams at Bridgeway and things like that to give you an idea of where you want to progress.
Yeah, so the role I'm in, I guess I'm able to see like what sort of things I'd be interested in. So there is lots of movement around the company to see what I'd like to do in the future.
Yeah. Thank you.
Next question is, what advice would you give to someone who's unsure about which sector of engineering would suit them the most?
I would say go to as many interviews as you can. Talk to people, ask the question, and try to understand what the day-to-day works looks like in the different sectors of engineering. Engineering has so many opportunities, really, and the more you explore, the easier it will be to see what suits you the best.
Florence, you want to add anything there, or?
Yeah, I guess so. Once you get into a role, you're able to see different types of roles, and there's always other opportunities that you can get into.
Yeah.
It's sort of similar to the other questions, but what has been the toughest obstacle to overcome, and how did you overcome it?
Florence, do you want to start, or do you want me to?
Yeah, so the main difficulties in my role is probably because I'm mainly working nights. There's also a lot of travel, so I can be working down in London or Manchester. And also a lot of the times I'll be working by myself, so sometimes it gets a bit lonely, but I guess you start to get used to it and it just becomes the normal.
What I can add, for me it was a bit different, because for me the toughest one was moving to a new country and starting my career from the scratch. I had to deal with language barrier, a new industry, and a completely different working culture. It was overwhelming at the first, especially when I didn't understand technical terms or how things were done here. But I would say working hard, asking questions, and honestly, don't give up.
Our next question is, what first inspired you to pursue a career in geomatics, and how did you get started in the industry?
I can say that I don't have any one person who really inspired me to become an engineer. I always enjoy math at school and love to understanding how things works. So when it came time to choose the university, I didn't really focus on who I wanted to be in the future, but I focused on what kind of work I would enjoy and what definitely I don't like. So for me, I knew I didn't want to work where every day felt the same or boring. When I went to my open day at my local university, I decided to choose a department that offers the biggest opportunities in the job market. And that's how I discovered surveying, and I knew straight away that it would give me lots of fun. And it turns out that was lots of fun, and is lots of fun.
Can you describe any challenges or barriers you faced in relation to working in a male-dominated environment?
To be honest, the male-dominated environment wasn't new for me, because at my university, I chose the mining department, which was mostly men. And during my apprenticeships, I worked in the mine companies, in the mine industries, doing underground surveying. So it was lots of men around. I also have to say that engineering isn't isn't just a male field, and please just think like that. We should really start treating this sector for everyone, not something dominated by one gender. And from my own experience working with men, it's really, really great. I never had any bad experience or felt out of place. If anything, I often felt even proud of myself when I was the only woman on the side around all lads. So that feels me even, more stronger and more confident.
Florence, how did you find coming into to do your training at Bridgeway and things like that? Were there many other females on your course, or was it just you and?
Yeah, it was pretty much me as the only female, but I think at the start it felt quite different compared to how I'd been at like college and stuff. But honestly, I'd say that everyone's been supportive and that they still respect you the same. It doesn't really make a difference.
That's good to hear.
How did you stay confident when there was like bias and stereotypes in the field?
For me, staying motivated was always came from knowing my own value and trusting my skills. Whenever I came across stereotypes, I tried not to take this personally. I focus on showing my work and absolutely belong and focus on the industry and on the surroundings things. I'm also, I think I'm also a very stubborn person, and if someone expects less from me, I actually pushing myself to prove they're wrong. Well, what else? To be honest, I've been lucky to work with a team who treat me with respect and with an encouragement. And this is very important, having people who believe you and makes you feeling better and prouder of yourself.
Florence, your motivation is to move away from the role that you're in and get into a bridge examiner role, isn't it? So what's sort of keeping you motivated at the minute?
I guess for the opportunity to move over. So I'd say that like that's once like I'm used to like the understanding of the job and like the knowledge, I think that's when you become more confident. Yeah.
Did you have any key role models or mentors that help support you or influence you in your journey?
For me, I've been lucky to meet people in my career who supported me in different ways, always, even if I can't point one single person or mentor. Each person in my team helped shape my journey in their own style. In my lucky, I work with female managers who trusted me, who pushed me, not just females, but also females who trusted me, pushed me to take more responsibilities and encouraged me to step outside of my comfort zone, like today. So this is important. Having people who believe in you often makes you believe in yourself even more. And what else I can add? Honestly, even seeing strong, hardworking people around me, men or women, inspired me to keep improving.
Florence, you're early in your career, aren't you? But is there anyone that you can sort of say was a role model to you, or?
I generally say that all people that I worked with were always able to help, and they always said like if I ever needed anything that I can always contact them, no matter if it was a night shift or a day shift. There was always someone to speak to if I need
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
What achievements or milestones are you most proud of in your career so far?
So I'm really proud of the fact that I moved to another country and started my career here as a graduate surveyor. It wasn't easy, especially with the language barrier, like I said earlier, and learning completely new industry. But I work hard and keep pushing myself. And I think a determination and consistency and passion of what you do, I've been able to progress step by step and build my career. I'm really proud of.
Can I ask what inspired you to come over to England and work for Bridgeway?
So for me, so I graduated in Poland, and I didn't have really plan for myself. In these days when I graduate, all mine industry has been closing, so it wasn't a lot of work for me. So I decided to came to UK just for 1 year, and now I am 10 years. So when I came to UK, I first started working as a graduate surveyor in the building company, in the small building company in Nottingham. And then I moved to Bridgeway and I started my path from graduate surveyor to data processor. And now I'm a project manager.
Thank you.
How do you think your industry can better encourage and support women entering STEM fields?
So I think the engineering industry can do a lot more to encourage women and starts with creating an environment where everyone feels welcome. So for me, the most important are maybe to create more opportunities for early, like schools, colleges, like companies can help by showing girls what engineering actually looks in real life. So workshops, open days, internships, those things that makes huge difference in helping someone pictures themselves in this industry. Another thing is supporting supportive workplace. So hiring women, it is great. It is great start, but keeping them in here is as important. So mentoring, fair career progress, flexible working, and zero tolerance for discrimination all help build a place where women feel valued and respected. And on the end, I have to say that understanding women health and supporting maternity leave, it is very important. So for me, a workplace should recognize that women's health needs can be, women's health is a bit different, and things like menstrual health, menopause, endometriosis, ovarian problems, and all those problems, all pregnancy-related adjustments should be taken seriously and treated as not treated as inconvenience. And another thing, after maternity leave, women should feel that their job is secure, their place in the team is respected, and their career doesn't have to start from zero again. So those are things that for me are very important. And hopefully in Bridgeway, we supporting women in every aspect. So I'm happy with that.
Thank you. Next question is, what skills or personal qualities do you think are most important for young women who want to succeed in engineering?
So I think the confidence and determination are two the most important qualities. You need to believe in yourself, even if things feel challenging and you need to stay determined and keep learning and keep pushing. I think honestly, you can't be afraid to stepping out from your comfort zone because it will help you in the future. And you need to think that engineering is all about problem solving, teamwork, and staying curious. And if you have those, then you can do it.
Thank you.
What advice would you give to students who want to pursue a career in rail or engineering? The students who don't fit stereotype.
I would say don't let stereotypes stop you. Engineering isn't just a man field. Women are equal, capable, and often much better. So please trust yourself and stay confident. I have always felt safe here, welcomed, respected in this industry. Honestly, you just stop thinking about stereotype, just focus on yourself and focus what you would like to do.
Thank you. Yeah, that was all our questions. Thank you for those answers.
Florence, did you have anything to add about, what advice would you give to students? Because obviously it's not that long ago that you were leaving your A-levels, is it? So any advice you want to give to them?
Yeah, I'd probably just say, like, people actually, they don't really care that you don't fit the stereotype. Nobody's actually bothered once you're used to it and don't think about what everyone else is thinking. It just doesn't make a difference.
Yeah. So, well, thank you for joining me, and obviously thank you to NUAST for facilitating this as well. Latest research shows that approximately there's 50,000 rail industry employees that are expected to retire by 2030. So there's going to be a massive skills gap, and these conversations are really important. And I think having role models like Daria and Florence in the industry is really key, and they obviously help to inform, influence, inspire the next generation. And I think we all need to consider how we can do more. So I know all of this was outside of people's comfort zone, so thank you very much for doing that. Twisted your arm, made you do it, but you've done a great job, so thank you very much. And thank you to NUAST and the students for joining us today. Thank you.
Thank you, and good luck, girls. Honestly, good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.